little birdies are sampling again. Probably not even close to being ripe. Oh no, it's not bleeding. Well, it's bleeding a little. If they're not ready at all, they bleed a whole lot. Well, gonna have to taste it. Oh, it could be riper, but oh, it's starting to get nice and honeyish. Nice and tasty. I need to make sure there's nothing crawling around in there. I don't like eating things that are still alive. I prefer them dead. And preferably cooked if it has legs. Ginger likes it too. I'm sorry, it fell upside down. It is quite tasty. Just a minute, let me eat the rest of it. Okay, Ginger. Ginger! Ginger! You get the bird half. Birds get to eat the bird half. Gonna have to go on a fig hunt. That was the only one I saw the other day that was of size. Am I gonna have to put hats on my figs? Oh, that would be a pain and a half. Found another one. And since it's little V's, those are birdies. The chickens can have these. Oh, I don't want to sample with the hole that bad. Good luck. No? Maybe later. What you purring about? Oh, and there's another one. The trouble is, they're not getting to size in any number. Because I have a plan to put a bird chaser out here. But if they're only coming in 3 at a time, the birds will get used to the scarecrow, bird chaser, whatever, before the rest of them really come in. Come closer, why don't you? The mockingbird is over there eating my pigs. And I got this little birdie up here having a fit because its baby's on the ground. Yeah, what are you, 3 feet away from me? Oh, Ginger just scared off the mockingbird. She don't like them in her tree. Well, you can see which fig the mockingbird's stripping down. So there's the first of my scarecrow. Scare bird. Scare the birds out of my fig tree. I wonder if that's going to help keep the buddies out of my fig tree. I don't know. Did somebody just fly in the fig tree? Hopefully that'll slow them down. Looks like somebody was in the fig tree. Well, there's just 2 mockingbirds in there, but they didn't stay for very long. I think mockingbirds are smart and they're going to realize those things aren't going to get me. I saw 1 fly out. I saw 2 fly in and 1 fly out. So somebody must be snacking. I've got the bird netting I can put over the whole thing, but that would be such a hassle. There's that little Dickens up on the fence. Since the birds have discovered my fig tree, I'm going to try to protect individual clusters of figs wherever there's a really large fig. So let's see if this works. Because last night I was out here with my little dilly whoppers, just a spinning and blowing as the mockingbird got into the tree and ate some more figs. Now I seem to be getting 3 large ones a day. And so what I've done is I've just covered them, you know, out of sight, out of mind. And there's another one over there. I'll look for some more. But I know this won't keep the beetles out, the dung beetles, the big green fig beetles. They're dung beetles. Found one in the front yard. But when they start getting larger and turning colors, I'm going to cover them, one at a time if necessary. Because, you know, the birds are eating them as they're ripening. I do have a few, but I'm not getting any this way. See, there's another one that's missing. They eat them when they're just getting to be a good size, not even starting to ripen. I'm using the old sheer curtains that I'm sure you've seen all over the backyard, because I use it as shade cloth. Different degrees of shade cloth. Some things just do better if they don't have the beating sun on them. And then other things, they need a little deeper shade cloth. Then other things need total cover. So that's what I'm using, just old curtains, clothespins, binder clips, whatever to hold them on. No! Look what they did! They stood on this leaf and ate that fig! Oh! I'm gonna have to do a better job of closing these things up. Or at least making sure there's no perch. Oh, and it was getting to be the nice juicy kind. Oops. And it was getting to be the nice juicy kind. Oh, stupid birds. Oh, really smart birds. Okay, just gonna have to get this down better. Okay, here's another one. Did they get into here? No, there's a great big one there. Make sure it's covered up so they can't get in. Stand on another leaf to get to it. Now, look at that. And these are the ones I did first, because they had the biggest figs in them. Biggest, tastiest figs. And I just didn't do a very good job. It's all my fault. Now there's no big fig left in this one, so what's the point? Okay, let's see if they got that one. I'm just going to have to do a better wrapping job. That's all's to it. And cut bigger squares. This is becoming more difficult than I thought it would be. Note to self. Don't put clothespin where they can use it as a perch. Not a good idea. Because that's what they've been doing, is using the leaves and the clothespins as perches to get to the almost ripe figs. Well, it's ripe enough for them, just not me. Well, I've been on a clothespin hunt. That's 3 more bundles I can try to protect. The funny thing is every spring I buy 100 clothespins from the 99-cent store. And by this time of the year, I can only find maybe 25. And I don't know, maybe 6 years worth I have been collecting. And every now and then, I come across one of the originals, a good clothespin. Not like these little ones that half the time you pinch them and they break, if they even hold. Don't think I'm going to have enough. I got a full bolt of that orange stuff, so that's not going to be the problem. It's finding things to hold them on with. I have discovered when they get to be a lighter green and the little freckles are going away, they're going to swell up real quick. And I found that if I come from underneath I can cover the figs a lot better. I hope. Oh boy. Yes. I just hope it doesn't affect the photosynthesis. Well, I'm out of clothespins. And running low on binder clips. So I had this brainstorm. Safety pins! I'll be able to save a few more now. Well, I tried to protect what I could. If they were changing color, were they becoming a lighter green, or they were getting to be a good size. Oh, there's one. That one's getting bigger. That one can probably wait a couple of days. I gave them a little bag. Those look like they need it, but I can't reach them. So hopefully I will get something. Oh, there's another one that looks like it's going to be a good size. I've got 3 safety pins left. I'll go get that one. And let's see how this works. They don't care about the little ones. It's when they, in 2 days they would have been edible for me. Perfectly edible. But no, the birds have to get them before I get them. Ah, he's still riding around with no hands. What a show off.